Good morning, everyone, especially to our teacher, Doc Jane Orupa, and to my classmates, maayong buntag sa atong tanan. I hope you're doing fine. This morning, I am tasked to report about my topic, education, culture, and society, globalization, and multiculturalism, and indigenous perspective. So, but I will be focusing on indigenous perspective. So before we start our discussion, first I would like to thank everyone sa pagpaminaw karon nga buntag. Even though we are not live, but I'm doing my best para mahimo ni murag live ra gid gihapon. So before we start, let us have our prayer. Let us all bow down our heads and close our eyes. Dalaygon og sinimbahon ng mga Diyos samantag na Ginoo sa kabuntagon. Samtang kami Ginoo magatuon, magahisgot ng mga bago nga mga leksyon Ginoo, giyahay kami makapaminaw kasabtan ug labi na Ginoo maga-report nga walay mga kakulian sa among klase karon ug ang tanang butang ang mga kinabuhi among saligid ug diha kanimutong lamang sa ngalan ug gahom ni Ginoong Hesus. Amen. Okay, so let's proceed with let us proceed to our learning outcomes. Number one, assess education's role in cultural transmission. Number two, evaluate multicultural and indigenous perspectives in science teaching. So before I proceed, I'm asking permission. I will take the kuan na lang kay wala man puno katubag siya man magbisaya ko sago lang depende sa flow sa discussion nato. So mix ako ang language nga gamiton. Okay. So as we go along with our discussion, I have a question here na we must put in mind na ma-answer na to after sa discussion. One question, how can education serve both as a preserver of culture and a platform for global understanding? So, I know na ito mga classmates naghan kay idea ani. So, I hope na ma-answer na to na siya. Kung dili pa man na to ma-answeran ron, after as we go along the topic, answer na to na siya. Okay? So, padayon ta. I would like to ask everybody to look at the picture. So, we have words here in the picture and different kinds of skin tones. No? Words like ethnicity, culture, nation, diversity, tradition, and belief. So, the question now, what is education's role or what is the education's part in all of these things or endeavor? So, let us see kung unsa gyud ang role ni education ani. Okay, accordingly, education is not merely an institutional process of knowledge acquisition. It is a cultural and social instrument that both reflects and shapes society. Through education, societies transmit values, traditions, and worldviews and systems of knowledge that define their collective identity. This means that when we talk about education, it does not always mean the buildings, school or school systems or kanang mga colleges, no? Education is naa siya sa atong mga pinaka-basic nga unit sa society. Naa siya sa atong mga panimalay, nagtabang siya pag-shape sa atong environment o sa atong culture. Nahimo siyang instrument na mapasa ni tanan. It's a collective, no? Collective siya. So, mao nang ingon through education, societies transmit the values that define the identity of a certain community. In an era marked by globalization, education has become a space of interaction among diverse cultures, often resulting in tension between global homogenization and local preservation. So, this means that education has become a way or a tool iuutan na to mura siya og dalan na mas paspas because of globalization because of education mas paspas ang globalization. Kung as we can remember katong mga tong time pa na tong elementary pa ta no mas dali siya naiguan kay because sa mga libro pa lang nato daan influence na daan by western countries. So maisgutan na po nato na unya especially in science atong idea sa science yan na. So naanay na result ng standard global o standard nahimo atong standard ang unsay trending globally, and then because of that matabunan ang atong local culture na may lesson na tag-preserve usahay malimtan na tungod kay we're following what is trending. So at the same time, multiculturalism and indigenous perspectives kaning duha, the multiculturalism and the indigenous perspective reminds the educators of the need to sustain cultural diversity, epistemic pluralism, and social equity. So, epistemic pluralism, kuan ni siya. This means that in the philosophical view that there are multiple diverse and valid ways of knowing and understanding the world. And ang main point yun aning epistemic pluralism that there is no single perspective that holds the monopoly of truth or a valid methodology. So, walay one single idea or that can define what is the truth in this world. Mo na nga bisan gani karon ikaw ug ako o si mama nga naminaw lahi-lahi ta og opinion on some topics most of, or nagitay kaugalingon gitawag na to kaugalingon mga panghuna-huna, no? So this affects the social equity. Okay, education and cultural transmission. Education serves as the principal vehicle for the transmission of culture, values, and worldwide views from one generation to the next. No? Education passes the values, the traditions, and worldviews across generations. It operates through both formal and informal community systems. So, this means that through education, ang mga pamatasan, mga tradisyon, mapasa siya. Mga usahay mahulog ani sa gitawag pa nato mga tinuhan, padung na tayo diretso tinuhan. Mapasa gyud siya. Gay unang-una itudlo mo gyud na sa ginikanan padung sa iyang mga anak. I also can remember itong bata pa kayo natudloan yun ka mag-amin, magmano. Kabalo asa yun na siya gikan pero pwede isa gyud siya ang tawag ni kaning to show respect magmano yun ka. So it operates through both formal. So na itong mga tradisyon gikan sa eskwelahan na po'y informal na sa community na to ma-learn. Example ana sa community so ako madumduman siguro kanang mga dula sa mga bata. Indirectly, informal kayo na nga naman. Kung ang dula sa bata nga sa among time, atong time, kana nga mga dula, idula po na sa atong mga ginikanan. Idula po na sa ilang mga ginikanan pod. No question niya, how come nga ilang man ang mga dula nga nakabalo man ta. So somehow napasa na siya without us knowing asa gigikan gyunsa. But it is past kay na may nagtudlo. Another example, indigenous storytelling in Mindanao transmits ecological wisdom and ethics. So ang mga indigenous people na to na sila yung mga istorya about the origin sa itong mga lugar, unsa na ang mga kabukiran niya, makuha na to siya og mga kaalam ug of course mga maayo nga mga pamatasan. Because for the indigenous perspective, education is not merely an institutional process but a life way. And pag education ang hisigutan is life way na sa ilaha in a sense nga dili man na sila moundang og tuon kay mag-uban-uban man na sila perminti sa ilang mga leader from every moment na makuha nila ila yun ng mahibal-an sa muna. So I have here a simple flowchart. Flowchart pa yung pangalan natin. So we have the family first, and then community, school, and society. Okay. So as we all know, family, the basic unit of structure, basic structural unit of society. So family, family maka-influence siya sa community. Unsa nga mga types nga family nga naa nagpuyo diha. Mao pud na siya nga type nga community na diha. Example, kung religious community. So, mailhan nimo, hibalan nimo ang naa diha gyud mga Christians kasagaran or somehow na mga faith, ay mga pagtuo religious man. Pero kung moingon po ka specify na to, Catholic community, ang Catholic community. Kasagaran yun diha nagpuyo, mga Catholic. Mga naboy mga lugar nga puro pud mga Baptist. Na mga lugar na to diha. Naboy mga lugar nga same sa amo, na mga lugar nga puro mga Adventist. Kasagaran Adventist, gamay lang kayang masagol. So yan mo determine unsa ang family, o po ang community. So, expected, mao po na siya sa eskwelahan. Unsay man ang eskwela nga mga bata diha, mao pod ang sulod. Then, which is, mao ang sulod pod sa atong society. Mapasa na siya dito. Kung unsay culture ani nga family, madala siya dito sa gawas, sa community niya, palibot. Madala pod na sa mga bata dito sa eskwelahan. Then, madala sa society. It's like a double-edged sword yan eh. Pwede po ni isa ka kuhan nga ma-determine na tadaan kung nganong kaning society samok na yung mga society nga uh, peaceful maybe well di gyud na siya maybe ang root cause gyud na what are the families nga naa diha nga community, what kind of families nga naa diha nga community. So in that basic sense kita na nataan a simple culture mapasa siya dili lang sa sulod sa pamilya paggawas. So, at the same time, it is also a reverse process. Di ba? Reverse process na siya. Ang usahay dili ang mga values po na to makuha po na to siya sa atong environment. So, it's kasabtan naman siguro ninyo makuha ninyo akong point. So, let us proceed. We have here the dual role of education, sometimes referred as the reproductive role and the transformative role of this education in culture may gid ang target ani. So reproductive role, it preserves the cultural status quo by socializing individuals into dominant norms. So by doing so, this maintains societal norms and cultural continuity. This means that uh, the reproductive role aims to preserve the dominant culture. Gusto niya ipadayon kung unsa may naandan karon ana nga community, unsay kultura nga naa diha kami ipadayon na niya. That is the aim of reproductive role. Whereas in transformative role, it serves as a site for cultural innovation and adaptation, enabling societies to evolve amid changing contexts. So its aim is to adapt and innovate culture amidst globalization. Lugos kaning transformative role. So kung unsay this aims so unsay maayo ang kultura o moadapta didto. Kung dili pud maayo gusto na niya i-change nga para mahimong maayo. So dili mapadayon dili ma they are kuan tawagan ni mo more likely opposing sila duha. Cultural continuity kani isa is innovates culture, but in a globalized world, education must therefore navigate between preserving local heritage and adapting to international standards. Now the challenge is now, because of globalization, the real challenge is how or ensuring that cultural transmission does not become cultural assimilation. Let me emphasize sa akong gisulti about cultural transmission does not become cultural assimilation. Now, cultural transmission is ang aim ani is matransmit ang culture padayon to the next generation. Mao na challenge diri. Dili mahimong cultural assimilation. Why? Kung cultural assimilation, mo-adapt ang minor culture sa dominant culture. So, unsay mahitabo? Pag mo completely adapt siya, malimtan, makalimot, mawala ang culture of the minority. Which is, ang ginalikayan nato kay mawala, in a sense na malimtan man kung unsa tong culture nga original. So we also have globalization and cultural negotiation. So globalization has amplified intercultural contact through technology, migration, and communication networks. Schools have become the contact zones where local and global cultures interact. Educators thus play a mediating role, balancing the universal and the particular. So, I think ang isa sa pinaka-nindot nga example ani kining kaning school as contact zones where local and global cultures interact is kaning gitawag nato mga exchange students. No? It is happening now. In Caraga, we have, I don't know in Tandag, I'm not really kung unsay balita sa kung nakabuhat ba nato diri sa atong province. Pero sa Butuan, Caraga State University, they are now conducting this. Padala sila students gawas. Then right now, they are now capable of receiving students from abroad para mag-observe or mo-enroll yun sa ilahang sa school mismo. So that is exchange of cultures. Uh, ikaw makaadto abroad, sila makaabot dire. And it's a great interaction. No? Another, so that the role of teachers mediate between universal knowledge and local, what we call the local realities. So dili pwede nga because it's universal. Makaingon dito mo na din yung tinuod. No, sometimes dili siya applicable. That's why magkailangan yung si teacher mag-balance kung unsay naa applicable ra sa local. Okay. Then integration, example ani, indigenous farming practices plus scientific agriculture. So, like nang unsay naandan sa mga locals pamaagi silang pagtanom, then gi-introduce din nato ang scientific way behind nganong successful ilang pananom or nganong dili successful ilang pananom. Masabtan nila na, then atong i-promote ang mga scientific steps para mas ma-improve pa ang ilahang crops. So that is an integration of unsa na to pagsakol ang indigenous farming practices with the trending or kanang product of globalization, the scientific agriculture, studies abroad, applied, gi-conduct nato diri, i-apply nato sa atoa, which is kaning tinuod or sakto. So it's case to case basis po noon kaning gitawag nato universal lang knowledge versus the local knowledge or the local realities. Okay, let us proceed. And so, look at that picture. Different countries, pero not all the countries. Kuan lang siya. Generalize lang. Nagkakaisa sila. Ang culture negotiation. Istoryahan na siya siguro ni. Sa mga kultura nila. Ano mo ba ang picture? Dayon ta. Now, we have multicultural education in science. The multicultural education is grounded in the principles of equity, inclusion, and respect for diversity. So in science education, this means that acknowledging what that science is not culturally neutral. Science is not culturally neutral. This means science is somehow biased in terms of number one, their influence from the West. Number two, sex or the gender. Male. It's biased for the males. Then it depends on the colonialism of other countries to smaller countries. While let us be let us remember this, science in core is object uh, aims for objectivity. Amo na siya. Ang nagyud ang core sa scientific method. But it does not mean na it cannot be influenced. Ang maka-influence an example, science can be influenced by social and cultural values, beliefs and priorities of the society in which it is conducted. Okay? There are societies who allows things nga wala nato gi-allow. There's the Philippines. Now, una siya kuan siya depende sa lugar kung asa. Pero naay core ang science, scientific method. Pero kung ang the rest of the studies unsaon pag-conduct, naay mga limits gyapon depende on the society asa siya i-conduct. Other natay mga paggamit sa local context, mga herbal medicine, mga local herbs, pag-identify sa weather patterns, mga local lang weather patterns. And then, it encourage critical reflection on cultural origins of scientific thought. Mm. Kaning pangutana, unsa kay mga pangunahuna nila about certain things about the understanding of the environment, unsay pangunahuna sa mga gitawag nato indigenous people nato nga wala gyud naka-encounter sukad-sukad sa outside world, wala nakabasa sa libro, wala nakadungog o unsa ba diha, wala makakuan sa idea nya. Sila gyud mismo ang kaning gitawag nato nakahuna-huna on a certain scientific method. So I remember this movie. Actually it's not a movie, it's an anime series. Kung naay hilig diri magtanaw og anime, no? Ang ganing gitawag na to Dr. Stone. So, the Dr. Stone, itong kadumdum, itong na-petrify tanan humans, and then himala siya nga bata nga science patriot or kaning scientifically inclined nga bata na revive siya because of the revival fluid can be found in nature using nitric acid and alcohol. Pero nakuanto niya kay ang iyahang posisyon murag nahumol siya ba sa solusyon ihi sa kaning mga paniki, so na-revive siya. Pero ang central thought yun sa kaning nga movie kana nga series is that kung wala pa nakahuna-huna nakagihuna-huna nga idea, and then pasagdan lang nimo di nimo i-publish, wala ay makabalo na at some part of the world on somehow at some point somehow somewhen kung kanus man na siya na ay certain person nga makahuna-huna pod ana nga scientific thought or scientific idea. So mo na siya nga mo na nga mo siguro ng contest yun sa una sa mga scientist is ang idea o ang kanus nila ma-publish ang ilang works kay maila man to ipapatent yun dayon. Okay. Naman gyud someone maghuna-huna ana. So mao lang pangutana diha. Yun sa ka nila sa una no. Paghuna-huna. So that is a very amazing, labi na amazing kaayo na siya nga kuan kung labi na effective ang mga scientific thought nga i-formulate sa usa ka local without the influence of the other cultures. Before I proceed sa kaning tawag na to indigenous perspectives in science, mga ikog basig sa amo kang mga iro kay nag-record man gud ko ani gabi na kayo. So wala siya nga samok na kayong mga iro. Okay, so indigenous perspective. Let us look for the picture. Oh, the locals watching the sunset. So ipili na ko na yung picture kay it's a perspective of the locals. Tanaw nilang nature. So maybe nagplano na sila kung maya ba diha butangan og flood control kay joke lang bitaw. Mabutangan og flood control. Hadlok sila mabahaan. Okay, naupaw mo ilang bukid do. Naupaw bitaw. As you can observe. Pero padayon ta. Indigenous perspective in science. So, now we will be dealing in indigenous perspective. Isingit na lang nako diretso ang kaning itawag na to IPRA law or the Republic Act 8371. So, dili tanan pero I have scanned and found some very meaningful articles that is for the indigenous peoples. Okay. If Republic Act 8371, also known as the Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act of 1997. This is an act to recognize, protect, and promote the rights of indigenous cultural communities or the indigenous people, creating a national commission on indigenous peoples, establishing and implementing mechanisms and appropriate funds, therefore and for other purposes. Okay. Uh, mga pinaka-importante nga Republic Act nga akong nakita are the following. The Republic Act, the what we call the sections or the act na siya. So these are our Republic Act 8371, the chapter 6 cultural integrity. We have the section 29 to 37, so protection of the indigenous culture, traditional institutions, educational systems, recognition of cultural diversity, community intellectual rights, rights to religious, cultural sites at ceremonies, and then na-amaze ako sa section 34, the right to indigenous knowledge systems and practices and to develop own sciences and technologies. No? Amazing kayo. Na sila ingani. Na sila katungod ani. Then, access to biological and genetic resources and funds for archaeological and historical sites. You see, ato makita okay, that these are just few of the uh, acts made for indigenous people by the government that can help them in their own na somehow it's connected to the perspective in science. So matabangan sila unsaon pag-develop ang ilang kaugalingon niya scientific thought. Okay. Anong term na to gamiton? Scientific thought. So what does it mean when we talk about indigenous perspective in science? So this means that the indigenous perspective in science education highlights the value of traditional ecological knowledge, cultural worldviews, and community-based practices as vital components of understanding the world. Uh, Me personally, so I like to believe that science is an idea. No, it all starts with the idea to something. And anyways, environment, ano ba? It should not be limited by the language barriers and what we call no sa atong pagtudlo karon sa atong teaching ron sometimes kinahanglan yun kay mahibala nila ang English term pero if you are observant enough you can see our students applying the concepts or knowing the concepts even though without knowing the words. Ano na siya parang naa na sa ila daan ang idea kabalo na sila unsaon ang problema lang dili lang sakto ilang wording kay dili pa sila hustler magamit sa English language mao na siya so dili siya kuan ka community-based practices and vital components of understanding the natural world. So naanadaan sila idea kaso lang sa English wa pa lang yun sila nakabalo so padayon ta. Example ani dugay na mga gidon na gibuhat ng Ifugao the rice terraces. So the Ifugao rice terraces demonstrate a deep knowledge of ecology, hydrology, and engineering. Like kung tanaw nimo bukid yun na nya kung wala nila giplano pag-ayo o katong nagplano ana nagpataka-takara ang rice terraces dili mulungtad hindi na pud magamit ron so it's very good of them to think bisan pa wala sila walay tawag ano influence sa walay kaayo influence outside culture. Another example, we have the Manobo people's weather prediction through animal behavior. O kana, unsa man nimo na. Celestial science reflects environmental observation similar to meteorology. Makabalo ang mga tao unsay nay panahon nga moabot Mating ulan ba na may bagyo kay mahibalan nila ang kuan pinaagi sa ang klima pinaagi sa behavior sa mga hayop. How madumduman ani is remember the time of Noah's Ark, no? Sa Noah's Ark na gani joke ana tabang daw si Enrile ana pag build or katong pagpagkampanya o pagpasulod sa mga hayop si Enrile. Joke naman po to. So, dili bitaw siya mao. Ha. In times of Noah, no, ang mga animals nag-show signs about the coming natural phenomena. Di ba? Like, even today, ang mga not weather, daily weather prediction ng may tawag nila sa mga animals nga maka-feel og early vibrations sa earthquake. Ang mga iyan na ba na mga langgam, kabalo. So, it is a very indigenous scientific idea based lang sa observation sa environment. Another example, pinaka the best. Indigenous herbal medicine shows understanding of chemistry and biology through trial and observation. Ang question, no? Nagay na dire kani na gani na karon na maligya kanang gitabag na naglunas to how come nga kabalo ang mga indigenous people anang mga lunas nga kung mapaakan ka og mga mala nga mananap, no, kanang chemicals ana ang mga venom kabalo man sila sa unsay tambal nga mga punuan, no, via observation, trial and observation. Pinaka sikat ana nga story ako madunggan po diri sa among lugar kaning raha kabungsuan ya kanang lunas abot sa mga paak sa bitin ug anang mala nga mananap na duha ka banakon nga nag-away daw patay-patayan pero pagkahuman naa daw tigulang nakita niya nga ang banakon inaay gipaak nga punuan niya mao to nanambal kuha niya tong punuan ang nanambal mga pangpanit tas nakakita tong kuan atong nakakita atong tao pag wala na tong mga banakon ikuha niya tong kahoy gihimo niya nga lunas tambal pero kana nga storya daghan nay nagamit ana para lang manambal ambot ng balay kung tinuod pero that's based on observation. Another indigenous herbal medicine na patay kani mga anong herbs nga atong nahibalan tambal sa panunghot tambal sa ubo mahingana. So it shows the understanding of the chemical components nganong makapatay og bacteria like kalabo. So nag-study ana naa gyud di ay mao na siya. So why does it matters? Kanang gitawag na to indigenous perspective sa ganong kinahanglan man nato na siya. Why it matters? Because naturally it bridges the cultural gaps. It connects students' cultural identities with with academic content, making science more relevant and engaging. So it does not defy the scientific idea, but bridge the gap. Bisan nga sir, naayo man gud to sir sa kuan si mama kay nag-inom lang og nilaga nga kuan kanang dahon sa guyabano. Mao to research kuan day nato dahon sa guyabano unsay mga chemicals na diha. Uy, which is makatambal day ato nga sakit. Ayan na ba? So what's the science behind nga nang ginagamit nila? Mo na to ang kuan diha as a science teacher. Isa pa, it promotes inclusivity, CVT. So it recognizes that knowledge exists beyond Western scientific traditions. Oh, ako ang example ani herbal medicines in China or another countries. Wala pa kaabot ang Western dito. Ang China, advanced na kayo sa medicinal herbs. So that's why nga science really exists, no? The knowledge exists beyond Western traditions, beyond Western scientific traditions. Kuan lang is that ganang sa Western yun, sila yun ang una nga nangusog nga magpa-recognize sila silang kaugalingon nga kami ang mas nakabaluan kay kami ang nag-study ani. But in reality, ang idea already existing, kaso lang maski work out sa Western countries, but not all. Kay example na gani sa medicinal herbs, mas advanced in China. So in a classroom setting, teachers can apply the indigenous perspective by including local ecological knowledge, example, traditional farming, fishing, or weather systems in science lessons. Kaya man nato na siya. Hindi integrate na to locally. Another is inviting community elders as co-teachers or resource speakers. Pwede ka actually pwede po dili informal gud na classroom. Informal class ba like dili gud kailangan nga naa sa sulod sa classroom. Somehow moingon ra mo nga interview pa-assignment nimo sa imong mga bata. Pa-interview nimo sa mga local nga mga syama, dili shaman. Okay, more lain man ang shaman. Local nga mga elder nga naay kaalam sa manambal. Nga na unsay kuan mas kuan nila ana anang mga learning, mga pamaagi, somehow nga na. Then next is comparing indigenous and Western explanations for natural phenomena to foster critical thinking. Kung example, may explain ang indigenous people ingan na maglukso-lukso na ang tiil sa kabaw kabaw o baka na tag-ulan na unsa pa diha. Tapos mandi ay lahi da ito o pag-abot sa Western ay. So I can't dili na ako mabalik tong previous slide pero another example for slide atong previous slide about sa animals. Lagi mga animals na very sensitive for slight wave changes sa environment. Mga uban animals may bantayan kung naabay example naabay bulkan nga mabutuhay. Example ani nga animal is kay mga wala naka-state diri pero naay mga langgam. Example for birds, the golden winged warblers. For storms, makabalo sila dali kung naay bagyo kung kaning mga warblers lupad. So muna siya. Let us proceed to the reality, the practice. So in a lesson on ecosystem, students could study forest biodiversity by combining textbook ecology with indigenous beliefs about forest spirits, free taboos, and sustainable harvesting. This shows that both systems aim for balance and sustainability through though expressed differently. Okay, so as you can see, so students are learning the real reason or the real concept of biodiversity by a textbook in ecology and idugangan period of indigenous belief. The forest spirits mga for sustainable harvesting, which is a win-win situation for both the culture and the minor culture and the dominant culture in the science, in teaching science. minor culture, local lang nga belief, what spirits, yan na. Pero in the general, the true concept is learned. Why not my textbook in ecology? So it's a win-win situation in reality or in practice. Next. We have theoretical foundations and perspectives in science. We have number one, Decolonizing Education by Smith 2021. So challenging Eurocentric bias in knowledge. Other, we have Culturally Responsive Pedagogy, valuing students' cultural context in teaching, and most important, very useful, two-eyed seeing framework, where we use both indigenous and Western lenses to view the world for fair understanding. Of course, as a science enthusiast, you must go with fair understanding. Walay bias yun. As much as possible. Di ka mag-bias. Okay? Oh. Integrating indigenous perspective in science education is not about replacing the Western science, but enriching it, building more holistic, culturally rooted, and sustainable approach to understanding the world. Why? Because kung malapit sa kasing-kasing, dool sa kasing-kasing sa bata, or sa environment sa community, ang perspective, mas dali niya ni masabtan ang idea sa science. Ano siya? Science education. Nga, mas dali niyo ma-absorb ba kung makarelate ka. Mao na siya. Kung ma-relate sa bata, mas masabtan niya. Okay. So, now, we integrate indigenous knowledge in teaching. Example, pedagogical strategies. Contextualization. Contextualize nato ang main idea to local, using local and cultural examples. Another example, kung you are having a class in earth science, then you cannot the Grand Canyon to identify layers, so layers sa soil or layers sa sand. Di ta makadto. So unsay naa sa pinakaduol? We have river system. Mangita kag river banks. Evident ang strata o sa soil. Makita nimo na yung layers, di at least kana kuha na siya. Mas makuha na siya in the sense na contextualize na siya gamit kag local example. Another, participatory learning, include elders and local experts. So pwede yapon. Dialogical pedagogy, so encourage comparative and reflective learning. Gani, kailangan compare, and after comparison, reflect on sa sakto. Okay. Explaining soil fertility via both indigenous and Western framework. Explaining soil fertility. So kung Western framework, of course, na-exhaust ang soil, kailangan niya fertilizer, maingan na, so matag ka. Explaining sa indigenous, what happened, wala mo kay bunga, basig wala naghalad ni siya. So mga ingana ba, dagay mga ingana ng mga kuan. But it's a win-win situation. Kay katong isa scientific, kay isa ang indigenous perspective about sa belief niya, but it does not yun pa na to directly contradicts each other. Ilang mga idea, pwede na to sila panag-ubanon. Okay. So, example. Okay, we have here indigenous view, Western view, and a combined site. Okay, indigenous soil is living and sacred. Sa western, soil is a medium containing nutrients. When combined sila, soil should be cared for as both as life-giving system and a scientific resource. Win-win situation, walay alkansi, they are integrated mm, with the observations from guide nature planting, laboratory test measures soil components, observation plus science, better sustainable farming decisions. In numbers, indigenous view, it uses organic and natural fertilizers, uses chemical synthesized, synthetic. Combining both can enhance fertility while reducing harm. And I also focus on harmony and balance, focus on productivity and efficiency. Sustainable and soil management requires both care and science. So, with integrating indigenous knowledge and teaching, um, we are maximizing our resources. Let me rephrase it. We are maximizing our very limited resources. Ano siya? So, major challenges in this endeavor of integrating indigenous knowledge in teaching is number one, we have curriculum rigidity and standardized testing. So, medyo kuan kay kailangan ko tayo mga standard test. Medyo lisod siya i-craft. Second, lack of teacher preparation for intercultural education. Mainly, isa sa mga pinaka-disadvantage po, it takes a lot of time to prepare for a lesson. Especially if we are going to deal with intercultural education. So, walay preparation, walay time kayo, wala po yung resources yun. Then, risk of cultural appropriation without consent. Sometimes, consent taken for granted. Dili kayo maatiman. With interview unsa ba diha sa culture ay mga buhaton wala na yung mga consent. So, ethical reminder, collaboration and respect for indigenous intellectual sovereignty is essential or very essential. Naramagin sila EPRA law. I hope that they are all well versed about this, what we call EPRA law. Kinagin na sa atong Philippine Constitution. Another, diri na ang mga pinakanindot. The interplay of education, it transmits and transforms the culture for globalization and multiculturalism. So it connects but also homogenizes. But multiculturalism and indigenous knowledge restores the balance and inclusivity. So education becomes a meaningful when it empowers learners to do both scientific and cultural wisdom. So, na siya. Huwag na itong target. We adapt, but don't forget the culture. Meaning, it's very okay to know the science behind and to study where it came from, and without forgetting who we are, who truly are, or what is the real culture. Yan na siya. So in summary, education is a powerful force for cultural continuity and transformation. Multicultural and indigenous perspective enrich science with relevance and identity. And culturally responsive approach fosters epistemic justice and sustainable development. Mhm. So, it's how I wish it's live, but you can ask your questions later. Siguro pwede po i-email or i-chat sa to GC. Okay. So, summary naman yun we're nearing it in the end. I hope na nagigyaban tayo na learn about this. um, about my topic. Okay. So as we are nearing the end, let me read to you this quote. When we teach our children stories, our language, and our relationship to the land, we are teaching them science, history, and spirituality all at once. So that's why it's very important to pass down, to educate, because that's the so our sole purpose as a teacher is uh, we must know all these things. Okay, kung dili nato itulo sa mga bata, so nila pagkabalo that we have a very 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 rich culture. And it's a culture that is not a blind culture. Dili siya yung mga pataka-taka lang. Na kaning culture na to, kultura na to, in any way, mga healing, mga dancing, mga ritual. Kung pangitaon nimo ang mga scientific support, kung imo i-research mo ran, makakita gyud ka that claiming that the practice is not chamba-chamba lang. Somehow, it has a scientific background, though without influence pa sa mga Western ideas. Mm. So, that would be all ang akong report. I hope na even though it's a very long report, we get something from. So, I will be posting or sending the file of the activity. Uh, mo, I will be uploading also the PPT, the PowerPoint of this person, of this report, and the instructions of the activity in our Google Classroom. So that would be all, ma'am and classmates. Thank you so much for listening and mabuhay.